What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to BRICkast, where I am pleased to present you with a very special episode in our Battlebots series. So as I hinted at in the last episode, today I'm showing off some custom bots, but with a twist. And I am joined here today by my good friend Raphael.
Hey.
We've been building Legos together since early childhood, so I figured I'd bring Raphael along for a challenge. What's it like to finally join in on the channel, Raphael?
It's nice. I'm super stoked to be here. Glad to try my hand at building some mini-scale Battlebots, which I haven't really tried. Most of my builds are centered around minifigure scale builds, so this was an interesting challenge.
So here's the rules. Raphael and I each get a $25 budget, and we'll make a trip to the local Target where we each get to spend that money on whichever sets they have on the shelves that we think will help us come up with the best custom BattleBot miniature. So just a few parameters. Finished bot miniatures must have drive, a weapon, and they must be scaled accordingly to the other miniature bots that I've built on my channel. It's going to be tough, but it's Lego building, so it should be a blast. And then after the build, we will compare each other's bots and try to answer the question of who we think would win in the battle box. Before you enjoy this awesome challenge, if you enjoy watching, don't be this minifigure. Subscribe and see BattleBots builds whenever I post them. Alright, so my trip to Target produced these two sets, which are slightly less extravagant than the sets that Raphael purchased, but I'm pretty excited about these, and let me just do a little bit of explaining here first. So I think you guys might know where I'm going with this one. Maybe some sort of spinner, I was thinking, because what I was really thinking about, like while I was shopping at Target, was just I need a weapon and I need some way to drive. And it was actually pretty hard to find two different sets that met both of those criteria. But for this one, I saw that propeller, which immediately made me think some sort of horizontal spinner, and worse comes to worse, I can build a weapon and sort of improvise a little bit. And then this last set was basically just because of the wheels that I got it. I mean, obviously the second motorcycle is not going to be useful, but I don't know, something tells me those flame pieces might come in handy a little bit for this custom robot.
And so for this build, I selected just one set. I saw this Marvel Avengers one and got immediately distracted by how cool the minifigures are in it. But I also think that there's a lot that we can work with in this set, and I thought it would be an interesting challenge. I saw these huge flames that look a little ridiculous, but I thought of free shipping right away because, you know, flamethrowers sound pretty awesome, so that's a possibility. We've also got these little like roller pieces in the side that I'm excited to mess with, maybe for some kind of drum. We'll see. These exhaust pipes, always intriguing. And then I was thinking of maybe using, I think on the back we can see these backpacks. I feel like something with legs is a horrible design for BattleBots, but it would be so fun to mess with. So those are some of my ideas. That's what drew me to this set. I think it'll be a fun build.
So let's just crack open these boxes here. Always been one of my favorite activities since I was a small kid, is opening Legos and pouring them out.
Okay, so box, who needs it? Instructions, who needs them? All right, let's take a look here. We've got some fire as promised. It's interesting, save that for later.
Alright, so I've gone ahead and done a little bit of sorting here. I've removed some of the bigger pieces that I obviously won't be using given the scale that we're working with. Also, these motorcycle parts, just won't really be needing this stuff. Minifigure bodies, taking those out as well. Kind of figuring things out here.
Interesting. I wonder if I could make mini bots for it. We'll see. I think that could be kind of interesting. So drums, wheels, maybe. Let's see. Set those aside also.
One of the things that really got me excited about these two sets was the matching color scheme. I think that one of the things that often, gets overlooked about BattleBots is how the bots look and how cool they feel, how menacing they look, how well themed and matching they are.
Well, you could have built like Captain Shredderator, I guess.
I think with this blue and orange, we can come up with a fun theme and color scheme that I've actually never seen before on a BattleBot, so this should be pretty exciting.
I like these like shield pieces. Maybe make something work with that. So right away, I think this is going to be our best bet. Oh, maybe this one, at mounting our self-righting mechanism. And it looks like our whole build is going to be in this like navy blue color scheme. Okay. It's gonna be like a trike where the front like kind of drags and this has this like huge rear drivetrain.
Okay, I've got something really cool here. So I don't know if this is gonna go anywhere, but I've started kind of putting the wheels together for this bot, and one awesome piece that I've come up with is this little handle piece. Kind of works right here as a wheel guard. I can just put the other one on here real quick. Oh, no way. Is there not another one of those hooks? That would be tragic. Oh, man. So this must be an extra piece that they included, and I don't think there's another one of those hooks, so maybe I'll make some sort of weird asymmetric design, but dang, I kind of like how that is flush with the wheel.
All right, so I think this is our working sketch. It's gonna be on one wheel and just kind of floating on these. I want it to be totally symmetrical so that it can just kind of flop back and forth with these arms.
I was going for some sort of back armor with this. I'm not sure I like it. Of course, as I'm looking around the table, now I'm seeing these wings, which would make really cool wheel covers here. Maybe I'll do something there. It looks like I've got some space open.
Okay, how's that? Oh, but now what do we do? Where's our grabber and roaster? That can't work. Ooh, kind of like this idea. This like long concept. I feel like that wouldn't work either.
A lot of trial and error when you're trying to build within a limited part collection. Of course, we always are, right? Nobody has all the parts.
Maybe we go back to the basics. We think of our original design, which was to have some brutal pincher fire type bot that's more based on control. Okay, so here's my new concept. We're gonna run with this blue and gold color scheme that I thought would look pretty cool. We're gonna put, yeah, this will be our like cage, right? That we're luring them in to roast them with the flamethrower. The idea of grabbing them and roasting them seemed cool, but now that I think about it, I just can't really think of a way. Okay, it's got this like front beak that we're gonna keep. It's a little vicious. Maybe it can poke things. Maybe we sneak a drum under it. That seems like it would be a wise decision. And we center it as a diamond. Ooh, that sounds fun. That sounds like a pretty sweet idea to me.
Alright, so I'm starting to do pretty well here, I think. I'm really liking this design for the back of the bot that I came up with these two hinged bricks. I think that's kind of a cool triangular look.
It's not going to be able to attach anywhere, which it leads me to think we had a piece somewhere here. Let's think. This one. This guy. I think if we play our cards right, with a stiff blue joint, we can clip that guy in. This at least gives us a platform to build the bot into this.
The challenge I'm really going to have to work with now for the last step is finding a way to mount this weapon so that it's not just totally hitting the ground all the time. But I'm probably going to use something like this Technic brick, or there's literally one Technic pin that came with both of these sets, so I'm going to have to use this. That's the only Technic attaching brick I even have. So yeah, going to be a little bit limited on that end, but we'll see where it takes us. Well, that's funny. I was trying to use this, what I thought was a 2x1 slope piece, and of course it's got this awesome print on it that says, I believe, Vita Rush. So, I mean, that sounds like a bot name. Maybe I'll call my robot that. I thought this would be a sticker. That's kind of annoying, but also kind of hilarious. Oh, look at that weapon spin. All right, let's see it, guys. See it glitch out the camera speed shutter? That is a pretty beautiful spinning weapon.
And I don't know about this diagonal concept. It seems fun. Wait. Interesting. I think the diagonal concept is alive.
So where am I now? Well, I've actually kind of discarded this piece because it was making my bot too long and too tall. I wanted to bring the weapon position down. One thing I want to make sure of is that my bot leans forward because it's designed to drive around in that forward tilted position. Right now you can see when I set it down, the weight is just slightly off center. So what I'm really trying to do here is add a little bit of front weight to it. Oh man, this is barely not fitting on here. I really wish I had more Technic axle options, but gonna have to make this work somehow.
And I was thinking that we situate this beak piece kind of on here. You can see it, just like that, because that fits the diamond. And then it'll have these rollers that it can bump into things with, and then this is just gonna open, like so, whoop, and just unleash some fire.
So I'm in a bit of a corner with this design. I'm really happy with how this feels. This is great. But attaching the weapon has proved to be quite challenging.
Okay, so we can easily attach our flamethrower cover now. But we really need to find a way to get a flamethrower going through this. I have an idea for that.
So I think I've found a really interesting way to cover the wheels with these flap pieces. I'm kind of liking that so far.
All right. This build has come a long way, folks.
Okay, so as I'm toiling over this build right here, I think this is the final body design we're going to stick with. Here's what it looks like minus the weapon.
Okay, so now the question is, do we just say that it rolls and that you can't see the wheels and kind of call it at that?
Really seeing any way I can bracket these forwards to have the illusion of being actual flamethrowers. I'm gonna work on that real quick here.
You know what, folks? I think that we're just gonna have to... We're just running out of real estate. I feel like we're just gonna have to use our imaginations a bit and say that there's some wheels under here. Ooh, unless we can use these, wait.
Ooh, here we go. Hang on. I think I just cracked it. So I found one more of these, literally one more of these slopes. And actually, you know what? I might not even need this.
We can open our flames that we've been waiting for. One of the reasons we got this set in the first place.
What am I thinking? I've got this random piece here. Just toss that off. And if we go ahead and build up a little flamethrower here. Well,
perfect. So I think we're done. I think that this is our BattleBot.
And we have what's starting to look like a BattleBot. Holy cow, this was a blast. Look at this, guys. This is the final bot that we came out with.
Okay, here it is. Raphael's BattleBot.
And one more addition, you can probably guess what it is. It's the flames. They're going under the spinner, because who doesn't need a spinner that also spits flames?
Watch out, Railgun Max. We're coming for you.
So you guys have seen us putting our builds together, but Raphael and I, we don't know anything about each other's bots other than the sets we witnessed each other purchase at Target. So I'm pretty excited to see what we've got to offer. On the left is the green box. That's where my bot is. And on the right, Raphael's BattleBot build is in the black box. So Raphael, you ready to reveal these?
Yeah.
All right, so I guess I'll start. Mine is, it's got a pretty big weapon. It's got 2 wheels. I don't really know what to call it, but maybe you can help me come up with a name. This is what my bot looks like.
Oh my gosh.
So, obviously, I was pretty predictable in choosing this helicopter blade.
Right.
That was kind of the obvious choice for a weapon. I immediately started by just, like, putting these 2 wheels on here and, like, kind of building this slant downwards, and I thought, all right, I will build something that, like, has a heavy, big wheels on the back end and just, like, a huge spinner on the top. Honestly, like, I don't know, I like how it looks okay, but I'm a little bit disappointed in it because when I bought those sets, I was really thinking I would like have a really cohesive color scheme, but it turned out the pieces just didn't line up as well as I thought for that. I think it still looks pretty close, but like there's a lot of oranges and blues going on. But and then obviously I got the racers set for these flames, which were like, maybe I should have put like all the flames on there just like as a joke or something, but I don't know. I thought that I could work a flamethrower in there somehow, and I don't know. I feel like this thing, like this propeller spinner thing, like kicking up flames would look super cool. So, but the one thing that, I mean, gosh, really annoys me is this top part right here. I didn't have a cleaner piece to keep the top from like flying off. Got some minifigure legs on there. So, what do you think?
Love the minifigure legs. I love the wheel housings. This looks really nice, the slope in the back. I think the color scheme looks decently cohesive because of the light blue in both areas. Minifigure legs are a nice touch. Weapon looks vicious, and these nozzles are just absolutely perfect for a flamethrower component.
Yeah, they're kind of a weird piece. I don't have a lot of those in my collection, but like, yeah, they kind of just worked perfectly. That actually, it seems obvious, but it kind of took me a long time to figure out where to put the flamethrowers. I played around with like putting them on the sides, like kind of where those minifigure legs are, but yeah. All right, so what do you think, a worthy adversary? Or
yeah, I think so. So I had a hunch that you were going to build a more offensively geared bot.
Okay,
so we went the defensive route with ours.
Good.
Yeah,
I was curious.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, here it goes.
Oh.
So I've also got a flamethrower build.
No way, that thing is wicked.
Committed to this chassis design with these pipes, and it just like fell into place from there.
Yeah, that looks so sick. That looks really cool.
Yeah, so we got some bumpers. Maybe these like rotate like in the battle box.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of like mini drums on the side.
Yep. Cool. To just kind of play bumper cars and then light you up with the flamethrower. I really wanted to fit a drivetrain into this build, so I came up with this little wheel design. So this is just a handlebar piece, and then the wheels, and if you want to look at the detailing, this actually just kind of pivots on a hinge. There we go.
Oh, that's super cool.
Kind of see
that's
inside.
A really sweet technique. I love that. Yeah, that's crazy. I had 2 of those handlebar pieces in my in my piece base, right? I had 2 of those, and originally I had one of them nested around the wheels.
Yeah.
But I realized I only had 1 hook.
Oh,
so
of
I
course.
was like starved for these utility pieces. I feel like you had a ton of those when you were able to make this super complex like Technic shape. I love the shape though. I would not have even thought of that. Like especially these pieces right here. Those are really honestly some of my favorite Lego pieces that Lego has come out with recently. They're just great for making like cars and vehicles, and I used one in my Ice Wave build, I think, and that's a pretty sweet bot. So I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Who do you think would win if these went head to head in the Battlebots?
So my concern about my bot, I'm happy with how it turned out. One word on the diamond shape, I got pretty lucky because there were only 2 of these rollers. And I thought about squaring it up at first and putting like 3 rollers, but then realized I only had 2. Instead of going front back, that's when it dawned on me that it could be like a diamond.
Yeah,
kind
it
of
sounds like a tough realization to come to.
kind of lucked out with the piece selection there. Kind of a good. The limitation actually kind of inspired this build, so that was satisfying.
That's how Lego always works.
Yep. But I don't know. I'm pretty concerned because as fun as this bot looks, I mean, really, I've just got a flamethrower, no way to grapple, and like some pretty weak bumpers.
They also might be able to do some damage.
A little bit, but like also look at the angle of this propeller.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like perfectly positioned. Like maybe against a different horizontal spinner, you'd be in good shape, but that propeller is like literally gonna nail your flamethrower right on.
It just glides right over my bumper. It's just like the perfect angle. So I'm a little concerned there.
Yeah, it depends who's driving, I guess. Yeah, mine was kind of mine is like just a literal all offensive plan, you know,
right?
Just flamethrowers for some show, but like I mean, my problem is like if I get inverted, like I'm just toast. There's like maybe I could try to spin myself back up with the spinner. There's really nothing to do there, and like I've got some serious looking armor here, but this shape just doesn't seem smart. Like maybe it could. It's definitely not as smooth of a deflection surface as you have. Like I don't know. That might have some trouble with that.
I think the goal would be to hit it in the wheelbase, try to get it to flip over, and then let your own rotor do the rest. But it's gonna be a driving challenge for sure.
Yeah, give us some driving tips down in the comments, or let us know which one you guys think would win. Anyway, Raphael, thank you for joining me. This was a blast. Honestly, I think our bots, they look like they could be on the same team. Like we didn't even coordinate this color thing. They both got the dark blue. It's kind of sweet. I'm digging it. But with the flames, this is a fun challenge.
Yeah, the blue flame theme. I don't know. I don't know for names. The name Slap Chop comes to mind.
Slap Chop.
Yeah, like the kitchen utensil, just like slicing and dicing out there.
I'm thinking with you. I'm thinking like a death diamond. You know, something to do with the diamond shape.
Yeah. All right.
That's what I'm thinking.
I like it. I like the alliteration. Death diamond.
You gotta have alliteration. So.
All right, it's quite the matchup.
Quite the matchup indeed.